Welcome back to Glider Gaming. I'm Glider. We are in the GliderCage and oxygen not included with the full release update. We have been tackling pressure problems, CO2 pressure problems to be exact. We got a water lock over here to keep this stuff where it belongs. We've got algae. It's running out. Okay, nope. I really want to see who's starving. Think so. Yumay's starving for some reason. She should have access to 300 kilocals, so she just needs to actually go and eat. We have a couple high-stress dupes. Let's check those out real quick. We're popping our dupes' ears in that power plant room, so we're gonna have to build some I'm blanking on the name, Atmo suits for them to go in so they don't keep popping their eardrums. But popped eardrums adding 20%, sopping wet is adding 20% per cycle, and we're only taking out 30%. So showers were installed here to help with the sopping wet debuff. What we're probably going to do is just lock this over here and create a new way around on this end. We did finally fix our power supply issues. Hooray! It's not great because we've got some CO2 in there. It's going to take some damage, but all in all, we have got to a point where we can try to sort out the oxygen situation finally. It's been a long time coming. Lots of polluted oxygen down here. And down to dozens of grams. Okay. Something else we'll also do is we're going to end up with some automation to make sure that the CO2 stays at this level. But we really need the oxygen first. So we started some stuff over here. Yep. Okay. So we're going to deconstruct all these ladders. This is going to be the oxygen cooling room. Right here, if you don't recall. Or if you're new to this series, where you've built this room, it's going to cool our oxygen. So we need to cut it off right there with some insulated tiles. And we're going to come in from below. And we're going to build an oxygen room right up here. Dig that out so we can get a ladder up here. Okay. So how should this look? We also need Wheezeworts up here. We have exactly 3 Wheezeworts, so that's going to work out well. Thank you, printer, for the Wheezeworts. So I'm going to move it over just a little bit. How do I want to do this? I think I'd like a CO2 lock going into this area. So let's do that. I'll have to have the lock over here a little bit further, though. What should this look like? So what I'm trying to think about is, how do we allow our dupes free access in and out of this room to refuel it with the rust and salt it needs, but keep the chlorine that's generated inside? And I believe that's a CO2 lock. We're also going to need I see. I think this was always meant to be its own sealed off room. So I'm not going to have the room right below it. I was going to pump the oxygen in through it. Yeah, I always plan to have the oxygen somewhere lower. So I think what we're going to do right here is just, we're going to put in a different oxygen system to make a little bit more hydrogen. We're going to automate this. Maybe not with that, though. This is expanded quite a bit. Sorry, I should have thought this out beforehand so I could speak a little bit more intelligently. Basically, we want this room full of really nice, thick hydrogen because the hydrogen will exchange heat very well. It looks like the hydrogen's good up here. 800 grams. It gets worse as we go down. So we'll just run this for a little bit. So we need to research a little bit more automation, basically. I don't have everything I need. So I think researching to here will get me everything I want. Because we're going to tell it to turn off if it's in hydrogen and if there's enough pressure. So we'll have to get that taken care of. So we're just going to run that a little bit. We're going to need to pilfer a little bit of clean water to do this. Or we could just run it, whoop, this way. Okay. Get rid of these things. Alright, so that's going to create the hydrogen we need. Whoa. Neat. They've added a new feature showing you inactive lines. Why is that line inactive? Probably just because there's nothing actively drawing power on it? That's cool. I like it. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't remember why I built that. Oh, I built that to have some oxygen in some... put oxygen into some atmo suits. Alright, so we probably won't actually power that yet. That way it won't start running until we have the automation. This right here is going to store our agricultural medium phosphorate. How much of that do we have? We have a little bit, not a ton. Enough to keep these guys going for a while, though. And already we can see what was a fairly warm area is cooling down rapidly, thanks to the Wheezeworts. Alright, so now we need to figure out how we're going to build the actual oxygen supply. I think we might put it over here. This area is already pretty warm because of the water we're pumping in. Trunk health, body temperature. Yep. We had something good going on here for a while, but now the temperature of the water coming in here is just getting too hot for stuff. 40 degrees Celsius. The air temperature is only 38, though, so... It's interesting that some of them are unhappy and others aren't. We could do a similar thing as what we're doing with this for oxygen with piping too. Whoop. There's your drip for the morning. If I break that pipe, it's going to spill a lot of nasty water, but I suppose we're going to do it. Okay, we're going to clean up all that water. These are running out, so that's good. I won't have to empty the pipes. Need more refined metals. $50 kilograms per jeepers. Need more than 10. Oops, not quite forever though. This system probably won't be enough to cool both of these down to a really pleasant temperature, but it should get both of the things we're doing down to a reasonable temperature. Interesting. Okay, somebody is mopping. So this is priority 8. There should be more than one. There should be someone doing it. Over all these priority 5 tasks. Pardon me. Okay, we got our sensors complete, looks like. So we're gonna go into automation. I need an AND gate. Okay. If there's enough pressure right here, and you sense the right thing. Oh, ran out. Oh, there we go again. And you sense the right thing. We need more copper. How are they getting copper? Are they actually able to go in there now? Doesn't seem like it. So we're gonna need a NOT gate as well. So, head back. Won't even let me look at stuff. Okay. So we're gonna break that one. So it's gonna send green signal, green signal, green signal, and then that's gonna turn into a NOT gate. Did they already make all that iron I asked for? Iron ore to iron. It seems like it. Make me 5 more coppers. it's not sending any water up this way because these pipes aren't connected yet. Oh, and I forgot a pipe bridge. Alright, so we want a knot gate right there. Oof. This is getting rather wily. Huh. How can I move this? Okay, we have to break that one. So you're gonna go there, you're gonna go around. Perfect. Okay. So if you are at, sure, if you are above 1,000, so this will run unless it's above 1,000 and in hydrogen. If it's in hydrogen and above 1,000, they'll both be green. Send a green signal here that will shut it off. So everything's wired up properly. We can now turn this on by connecting power. And like all that done as well. Probably gonna have to change some of these over to aluminum though, because we ran out of iron. So go back in here. We're gonna choose aluminum this time. Okay. Empty pipes. Oh, I missed another bridge. Take a snazzy suit. Ada, welcome to Snazzy Suit Land. Okay. Just a little bit more aluminum and they can finish this. Interesting how cool it is down here. I wonder what I did to make it so cold. I think I got ice once. Alright. Water's flowing in here. That's strange. Why is that sending a red signal? Oh, because, oh, the oxygen is going above the top. But it's okay. Pressure's up. We're just going to condense all of this hydrogen up to the very top and refill it. I suppose we should allow this oxygen a little bit of movement space to go down into the colony. We are returning this 60-degree water at 48 degrees right now, though, so that's amazing. Pretty hot in that area now, though. Weezeworths will have to work pretty hard. But all of these are growing again, so we won't run out of ethanol. We're full on in there with really good quality natural gas. Stress has actually gone down just a little bit since we started. Okay. So yeah, all that hydrogen got compressed by the new oxygen. The hydrogen being created is finding its way up, and the oxygen is pushing down. Yep, we ran out of algae. So we need to go on an algae run. So there's definitely still some algae down here we can easily access. Up here we were accessing some algae. Yeah, for sure. We have algae all along there. We can peel another layer here, get some more gold and algae. A little bit of algae right there. Ah, our little experiment's working. The Buddy Bud has overtaken the polluted oxygen. So now polluted oxygen shouldn't be able to move back into this area. So if they're just running through to get over to this biome, they'll be absolutely fine. No more slime lung from that area. Down here, though, still just tons of slime lung. Okay, that'll get us a little bit more algae while we try to sort out oxygen in other ways. This thing's hit max gas pressure, so it just needs this oxygen to filter down towards the base, and then it will be able to make more. Ah, good. Down here we have completely saturated this with CO2. Growth is halted. Little pockets of oxygen are coming in here from the oxyferns, I imagine. Oh. Also, we've just destroyed enough CO2 that it's no longer an issue. So we better get the automation back on this. We want the pressure in here, as well as the carbon dioxide in here, to be the sensors. This time it's still going to be an AND switch, but I don't think we need a NOT, because if you're in CO2, yes, and you have enough pressure, yes, you should run. So we'll drop that right there. We'll rotate this one a little bit, and drop it right here. Take one wire straight down, one wire coming back up. One wire through the wall, one wire out of the wall. We're also going to not connect in this door because we don't want to accidentally lock that door. Okay. So this time, if it's above 600, and if it's in, must have passed it. Yep, carbon dioxide. We'll just copy that setting, and copy this setting. So this way, we won't destroy so much CO2 that the farm doesn't function properly. Uh-oh, body temperature is becoming an issue again. coming out at 40 degrees. Oh, we're actually running out of polluted water now. That's not good. Because we're also running out of clean water. Yep. Skiddly-doo. Okay. Well, that was unforeseen. Oh, because I started stealing the water to destroy. Okay. Let's build a bridge right there. That should allow more water to go in without confusing anything. I didn't realize I was stealing it from the toilets. I should have. That's my bad. Okay, the hydrogen is almost complete where we want it. And it's no longer bright red. The Weezeworts are doing their jobs well. We do need to go get more phosphorus for them, though. Where's an easy access to phosphorus? Looks like it's right up here, which is actually not too bad because it's also easy access to a bunch more algae. Alright, that'll be a good start. Things are getting very near where we want them in that room. Plumbing wise, okay. Our clean water is working properly now. And we have enough polluted water to keep things going for the time being. And since we're sending even smaller packets of polluted water through, it should come out even lower temp. 48 degrees in. $22 degrees out. Perfect. Okay. Change my mind again. We're going to put the new oxygen system right over here. We got this open space anyway. Alright, so our new oxygen space is going to have a pump. This pump is only going to run with an AND gate. We're going to do pressure-based again and element-based again. But this time it's going to be chlorine. We're going to move this ladder. We're going to delete this ladder. I don't know exactly where things are going to go here. Quite yet. Probably going to do a CO2 lock. Let's plan for that to be like right here. Oh, we're going to move it over one. don't want to destroy everything there, so we just want to do buildings. Otherwise, we'll lose the power cords. Okay. Everything is going in here the way we want, except we haven't taken an out pipe yet. We're going to take it over like this. We'll make a bridge there. Go through the floors over here. This is a very long, drawn-out way to go. One, two, three, four. Yep, that's supposed to be a floor, so that's good. Oh, hold up, hold up. That is not where this one's going. Just kidding. That's where the oxygen one goes. Alright, so oxygen-wise, we're going to do rust oxidizers here. We can fit 2 in. And apparently 1 over there. A little bit more dirt for you for today. And then, I think we deleted this ladder too soon. Also, we need a ladder right there, so it's a good thing we didn't get rid of that. We'll store all the stuff they need for the rusty oxidizer right there. Oh, we haven't built any power into that either. Right, this is going to detect chlorine. And this is going to be above 600. We can pump the chlorine out into some chlorine storage just right over here. So gas reservoirs. 2 of them should be fine, I think. If that's not, we'll find something to do with it. Wow. Okay. No, thank you. That's derp that I didn't even try to derp. Oh, man. Okay. Game's getting one over on me. Alright, we're gonna go over here and up. Then here and up. And then we'll just leave this one with no exit. I don't think these rust deoxidizers really make all that much CO2 or chlorine. Let's see here. 30 grams per second is hardly any, so it'll take a while to fill those up. But what do you use? You use rust, salt, and power. So this one will make rust only. This one will make salt only. This one can be rust and salt. And what priorities do we have over here? 5s, so these will have to be 6s to get them out of those and into this other space. Alright, power-wise, this area is the carbon skimmer and desalinator. The desalinator is only feeding... No, it's feeding all the way up here. So everything the desalinator is feeding is just full. And this right here is basically done. We're not going to be running that really any longer. It's fully in hydrogen and it's got a lot of pressure. So it's giving the permanent off signal. Body temperature there. What's your body? Oh, it's radiating all the way out from here to be that hot. We'll have to build another one of those rooms down in this area later. Next time, though, we can turn this back on. Oh, goodness. Who's starving now? And why? Uh-oh. I didn't realize that the volcano was that high. And cap that off and hope it never erupts. I thought it stopped like right there. I didn't realize you were digging it out. It's no good. Okay, they're also coming up here. A cool slush geyser. That's excellent. Alright, we're going to excavate that. But first we're going to make a reservoir for it. So the sooner we get the cool slush geyser going, the better off we will be in the long run for our oxygen needs. Because a cool slush geyser will make... We can even use that for cooling loops. We don't... Uh-oh. We lost some of our water. So that carbon dioxide could be slipping out. Nope, it's staying as a CO2 lock for now. As long as we keep a sufficient oxygen pressure. Just enough CO2 in there to keep... Oh. Not open, but auto's fine. Just enough CO2 in here to keep the mushrooms growing. We have insufficient copper. So I'm just going to cancel all these copper orders because we need that copper for probably building our Atmo suits. So we're just going to switch the wire to something else. We're going to go with aluminum. That should work better. That's getting quite full. Okay. We have a really good constructor who's flatulent. We're not going to take a flatulent dupe for nothing. But an operating, supplying grease monkey sounds alright. An early bird doctor suit wearing researcher. We don't really need more researchers. Yeah, we'll take Banhi. We're finally at a point where we can handle this. So. We honestly don't need to treat any more water. So let's deconstruct that pipe right there. And so now all the polluted water here will go over there. And then any polluted water coming out of the toilets, let's go ahead and deconstruct that tile. Deconstruct this pipe. Run this straight up. And put that in. And then we don't need quite such a convoluted system. We can actually just flip this one. Deconstruct that, deconstruct that. Need somebody over here to break this. Okay. And now we just flip this bridge like this. And now we'll split out both of these ways. Yep. Combine this and that. Combine... Wait. Fluid water comes out. Yeah, that's perfect. There we go. As long as when they flush, the water still runs this way, we'll be perfect. I bet you won't let me mop this. Yep. ONI, you can have a higher up bed just in case. Alright, back over here. We're gonna need more power. So let's wall this off. And let's attach all these into power. Then we're gonna need a ceiling. Nope, how high should that ceiling be? We need gas pump. We'll take 2 gas pumps actually, because I think, let's see, they create 570 grams of oxygen and a pump can pump out 500 grams of gas. Yeah, so 2 of them will need 2 pumps to get it out. Now we're going to connect these into this system. And a little bit of automation for good measure. Well, oxygen's actually going to float higher up. So put it down here. No AND gates needed this time. Yeah, they can't reach all of this, which is unfortunate. How are we going to get them to reach this? Oh, perfect. Ladders. Lots of fairly warm CO2 in there. We could try to destroy that CO2 in here. Keep it at a manageable level. We have plenty of water, and we have plenty of power, so I'm not opposed to doing that. Okay, we need this to be above 600. Send out a green signal. Okay. Now we want these to be set to like level 7. And we should start producing oxygen. Irrigation issues for these boys again. Nice cold water though. If they ever get it, it'll be nice and cold. Those radiant pipes are coming in pretty warm, but we're getting them cooled nicely. Alright. So I guess we're gonna have to set this to carbon dioxide for a minute, just to kind of pump out that CO2. Oh. But then we don't. We're just gonna fill this up with CO2. That'll be annoying. Oh well. Better than nothing. So who's turning it off right now? Apparently you're not in CO2 at the moment. You're in chlorine. This is going to be a little bit of a problem getting it figured out, but it'll get there. No, nothing. Missed a pipe bridge again. Me and my bad pipe bridging. Oops, that's a liquid bridge. Sorry about that, folks. Had a bit of a sneeze. Let's get that built. Okay, so what are you in right now? Chlorine? That's fine. Pump chlorine. What are you in? You're in oxygen. Okay. Then pump oxygen. Okay. Alright, now we're going to go back to chlorine. Basically have all of our CO2 out. There's little bits of chlorine that will build up and get compressed. And these guys will pump out all of our oxygen. So we need a place for that oxygen to go, which we haven't done yet. We should have thought about that a little bit more. We kind of want to be equal on both sides of the base, so I think we're going to put one right here and one right here. Bring it straight down. We'll split it off over here and over here. And then we're going to add some automation to this fella so that he knows when he needs to turn on and off. So we're going to put it right in this bedroom here. Well, that might mess things up. So I guess we'll put it over here. We're going to change that sensor, though. We're going to do an actual element sensor. Element sensors used to take power. They took that out. That's nice. If this starts sensing CO2, this will kick on to start supplementing the base's oxygen. We definitely need this stuff done lickety split, though. Otherwise, those oxygen pumps aren't going to go. And this is important too. Guess it's not important. The game decided otherwise. Interesting. Hydrogen is leaking out. I don't know if that's because there's less O2 to compress it. Yeah, there's not enough O2 compressing it upwards. Okay, they've got that built back in, and they've mined out all of this so far, so that's great. We're just gonna keep stripping layers out of this. And I think what we'll do is we'll kind of drain all this polluted water down, and we'll just kind of, let's use this as a floor. We're gonna come all the way out like this. This is what our tank will look like. We'll come right here. Dig out all that, then we'll break this to drain it. And we'll just kind of do the opposite wall right here. Oh, I let them trap themselves in, so we're gonna have to destroy that. We can mop up this stuff here. They're also trapped, so we're gonna have to give them like a priority way to get out. New printables, awesome. I do not want a pufflet, so I guess we'll take another dupe. Agricultural and construction sounds great. Squeamish is not a big deal to me. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. We have oxygen. You're all welcome now. So we still have a little heat issue over here that is affecting crops. But it's not going to be a long-term problem, I don't believe. So little bits of chlorine are getting pumped now. It has a couple kilograms. Oh, we ran out of aluminum. Better make a little bit more aluminum. Alright, guys. I think we've done it. I think we've solved the major issues of this base. We can allow this base to continue growing unabashedly. At the end of the day here, at the beginning of the new cycle, we'll check our report and we'll see what things are looking like. In order for this cool slush geyser to work, we need to come up here. We're also going to need our liquid pump in here. Primed and ready to go. Whenever we want to patch into it. We can also prime some cooling stuff in here. So we could go like this and have a radiator loop. And we can go over here for a cool radiator loop. Oh, this isn't gonna work. Oh, we have aluminum, okay. This will work to a lesser degree. Ventilation. We can go down and through. There. That should allow them to reach everything. And they definitely need to build this first before they build the floor. Otherwise they won't be able to access it. I can always dig underneath, but that's kind of annoying, so why bother? Alright, we want to check that report. Colony summary. Searching. Search. I guess they may have moved some stuff, because I thought this showed some logistics stuff, like the daily report, but I guess that's still right here. Okay, last cycle, we created, oh, this is today. We created 27 kilograms more oxygen than we consumed. Woot. Today, it looks like we're gonna beat it by over 100. So let's watch and look at the end of today's report. I suppose we can also dig out these bedrooms. I think we'll just extend this over, and these can just be taller bedrooms over here. Have to build them over like this, though. Okay, let's look at that report. Yep, there we go. We created 120 kilograms more oxygen than we needed. So, as time goes on, we'll get more and more bright blueness going on. It's going to be great. We have a little CO2 lock there to keep this hot oxygen from getting out. And that hot oxygen is getting cooled to 37 degrees, which is still above desirable, but way better than the 58 it's going in at. It would be a little better if we weren't also cooling water in the same room. But we can redirect one or both of them through this cool slush eventually. Huh. That's strange. I'm just going to go ahead and deactivate this. I really don't want this to continue going. We have plenty of hydrogen. And now we're just letting this hydrogen escape. Okay. Oh, got an achievement. Aha! We distributed 1,000 kilograms of oxygen. Neat. Alright everyone, thanks for sticking with me through some tough times, but we finally have figured out CO2 and we have figured out oxygen, and now we are well on our way to doing interesting things instead of just plain old surviving. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Commenters can request that any particular dupe be named after them, and have a good night. Bye bye.